Take a break from your busy schedule and join Harold Sala for Guidelines for Living.
Chawnga Pudaite, the son of a headhunter, met a Welshman by the name of Watkin Roberts. The year was 1910, and the 5 days that Roberts spent in the hills of the Hmar territory in India changed Chawnga's future. The quiet, soft-spoken Welshman told Pudaite of a living God who sent his Son into our world to bring life. And that week, Chawnga Pudaite made a decision which cost him dearly. When he decided to follow Jesus Christ, he was driven from his home and family. But when his son was born, he prayed that he might be able to read, write, and take the Bible back to the hills of Hmar from which he had come. Chawnga's son, Rochunga, was anything but a model boy. Yet when he was 10 years old, he followed in the footsteps of his father and likewise became a Christian. After he completed high school by sweeping floors and chopping wood for board and tuition, Rochunga appealed to Prime Minister Nehru for a scholarship. His faith was rewarded. The first scholarship ever given by the Indian government to a tribal student went to Rochunga. During those years, he began thinking of his father's dream, a Bible in their native Hmar dialect. When Rochunga was elected president of the newly formed political party by the Hmar leaders, he was on the verge of forgetting his dream for a political career. During those days of decision, a cable arrived from Watkin Roberts, the man who had first introduced his father to Christ. Instead of throwing his hat into the political arena, Rochunga came to America for graduate study. As he studied, Rochunga, Ro for short, also translated the New Testament into his native tongue. It was published by the British and Foreign Bible Society. The years that follow read like a storybook. The now Dr. Ro returned to his native country and married a dark-haired girl. Eventually, a junior college, 5 high schools, and 25 village schools were among the many established as the result of his efforts. But that wasn't enough. The New Delhi telephone directory caught his eye. Dr. Ro thought if a person could read a number in that directory, he could read the Bible. And the telephone book gives names and addresses. That motivated him to launch Bibles for the World, with the goal of putting a Bible in the home of every telephone subscriber in the world. Now more than 20 million New Testaments and many, many million more Gospels of John have been placed in homes around the world. After India, Dr. Ro and his associates targeted Bangladesh, Burma, Thailand, and Pakistan. Pudaite's organization is now led by his son John. John says it was a single copy of the Gospel of John that was first sent to his grandfather's village by the Welsh missionary who was then invited to come and explain the meaning of the book. That started a chain of events, John explains, and the writing of God's story on our people, my grandfather's life and my father's life. Rochunga Pudaite credited his achievement not to his education, but to a personal experience with Jesus Christ, the central figure of the book Ro came to love. As the result of the vision of this man, millions have had the opportunity to hear of God's great love in Christ Jesus. The greatest weapon in the world is at your fingertips. It is the Bible. Simply read it and apply it to your life. You will discover it can do for you what it did for Rochunga Pudaite.
You've just heard Dr. Harold Sala with Guidelines for Living. If you'd like to listen to the program again, download a copy, subscribe to our devotional, or view other resources, visit guidelines.org. We would like to hear from you too. You can email us at info@guidelines.org. Thanks for listening, and we invite you to join us again for the next edition of Guidelines.